Hey, I like horror games. If you're watching this, you probably also like horror games. And if you can believe it, it's the Steam holiday sale once again. If you can spare a moment of your time, I'd like to share a few recommendations to pick up this holiday season. The sea of games on Steam is vast and ever expanding, so I'm only going to throw a few at you. The games I've picked here are mostly random. I'm not applying any methodology or ranking system. I'm not sorting by cost or length or budget or subgenre. I just like these games, and I've played all of them somewhat recently, and I want you to play them. There will be a couple big ones and some small ones and maybe a weird one or two, but the overall thing is I just have to like them. They're on sale and I need you to play them. Honestly, if you're big into horror, you've probably already heard of, if not played these games already, but hey, maybe you'll be surprised. Just look at the timestamps. I'm not trying to bury the lead. Also, please let me know of any game, big or small, on sale here that you think I should have included on this list. I'm always looking to balloon my Steam account further. Okay, first up, Outlast Trials. Man, I love this game. My friends and I play it regularly. It's a co-op horror thing where you and 3 other reagents are thrown into these wicked Saw-inspired trials, working together to survive. It's brutal, it's offensive, it has room decorating. It's still on my list to do a full review of this game because I love it so much and I play it so often. I think much of the time with co-op horror games, it loses the horror aspect. It's hard to maintain tension with your friends being murdered in the next room, often hilariously. And while, yeah, there's definitely some of that here, the environments, the tasks that you're forced to perform, the graphical fidelity, it's absolutely fucked up antagonists, all maintain a really high level of tension pretty much at all times. Unlike the other Outlast games, you're not totally defenseless here with self-defense items like bottles or bricks and the rig system, a kind of ability that you can bring into each one of these trials, ranging from an AoE heal or a stun bomb to buy some precious moments to escape. I'm a fan of the trap rig, so I can lay down a perimeter when I have to do a puzzle or lock down a hallway if I know that fucking Gooseberry is on her way down. This variety leads to a lot of ways to play, but it ultimately boils down to stealth, and it's a pretty reliable stealth system. You can sneak through most of these encounters with only a few of them dragging enemies directly to your location. And you can play solo too if you want. You can treat it just like any other Outlast game, just maybe without so much of the narrative element. It's sort of a live service with constant updates and new levels, cosmetics, and gameplay stuff, but it's all free and really easy to engage with. If you were to pick it up today, you would have a lot of content to get through. Go get some friends and play it, or hey, message me and I'll play with you. I love this game. All right, next, My Friendly Neighborhood. This goofy ass game. I love it. Just the premise is great. A maintenance tech sent in to repair a haywire antenna issue during the waning days of a big budget production house. And what else would he find other than puppets come to life? What follows is a very Resident Evil journey full of big labyrinthine maps, lock and key puzzles, and inventory management. You may not expect it, but My Friendly Neighborhood is a very competent survival horror. Yeah, you're not getting chomped on by zombies, but these puppets will literally hug the life out of you. I really mean that. No, that's not what they do. They hug you to death. The puppets themselves are endlessly hilarious too, spouting off their catchphrases and kid-friendly programming at whoever will listen. You can't kill them because they're puppets, so you tie them up and leave them there to prattle to themselves as if the cameras were still rolling. I love it. So yeah, you can't kill these guys, but you tie them up. And if you don't, they'll come back after you leave the room, so it's in your best interest to keep them down if you're gonna spend the ammo at all. It creates this cadence where you have to pick and choose what hallways or routes you want to totally clear out of puppets, spending the ammo and resources to keep them down for good. You know the flow, it's classic. But it's emblematic of a game that really understands survival horror. If you're a dyed-in-the-wool OG, you might be kind of put off by the Sesame Street aesthetics, but I think it's one of the game's biggest strengths. And it's not just the dorky puppets that make up that style. You'll be pawing through an abandoned TV studio full of sound stages and green rooms, outdoor sets, and the obligatory sewer level. You'll go to botanical gardens and to the executive offices of the head honcho, who's like some bizarro world Walt Disney. It's full of tongue-in-cheek humor, light-hearted suspense, and warm, nostalgic reverence for Sunday morning programming. It's a joy to play and look at, and the systems within are no slouch either. Pick this up if you love survival horror or want something that's both fun and really intentionally made. You Will Die Here Tonight. Maybe you haven't heard of this one. Check it out. It's an isometric Resident Evil clone. It's got the mansion and the zombies, and I mean, look at these dudes' outfits. But don't roll your eyes, it's actually a really neat little game. You play as definitely not a member of STARS, definitely not sent into the Spencer Mansion to figure out what's going on with all the evil residents within. The cool mechanic here is that if you die, it's not game over. If a member of your team dies, they're dead and you pick up where they left off with a new one. It's semi-roguelite in that way, with different things happening depending on who you are and who dies and where. It's actually like really easy to lose characters, at least for me. I played on release, so it's been a while, maybe it's tuned, but ammo was really scarce, ambushes were frequent, and then there were a couple instant death moments where I lost the guy. As for combat, it goes all Resident Evil dead aim, light gun, locking you into these first-person showdowns where the zombies lumber forward. If you can get the drop on them outside of combat, you'll have some more room to blast them before they close in, and if you don't, you're almost guaranteed to take a hit. You want to avoid these if you can. The enemies feel tanky and threatening, and at least for me, I found that if I faced more than one at a time, I always took damage. But it's cool and different, and these are the things that separate it from a pure Resident Evil clone, even if it does everything in its power to look like one. The exploration is pretty good too, a big mansion, some medieval torture chambers of course, locked doors and trapped hallways just waiting to kill your guys. It's pretty classic and all well done. It's got all the staples of the genre with some neat graphical stylings and a unique little hook that separates it from the crowd, so check it out. Skin Freak, the latest game from Black Eyed Priest under the Puppet Combo publishing label. You know what you're getting into with a name like this. I like this dude's games. They're generally a nice complement to the Puppet Combo's frantic VHS slasher stuff. Skin Freak fits the bill. You play as a recent transplant to a new city, beset by a killer by the name of, you guessed it, the Skin Freak. To set the scene for the game, you play as a cabbie working the graveyard shift, giving rides to strangers in the middle of the night. Surely he survives until the end of the game. Surely he retains all of his skin. You'll spend most of the game wandering through an office building sent there in the middle of the night to fix what is essentially an IT problem, because of course you are. Where the biggest task is getting to various rooms to install some software. So this is not the frantic sort of gameplay that you might expect from something like Nun Massacre. It's slower and puzzle focused. You definitely have some big explosive moments towards the end, but the game wants to spend much more time having you paw around an empty office building doing odd tasks, more than it wants to send the Skin Freak after you. I like it much more for its mood, and funnily enough, for its writing, it's campy and self-aware of course, which is like a trait of these grindhouse VHS slasher games, but it makes good use of it, since otherwise the gameplay is pretty light and without too much flair. Bright and silly characters make up everyone that you meet, like this dude who I love who gets so fucking mad that you don't want to party with him.
You looking to party? There's this great place under the tunnel. I can get you in.
Oh, no, I still have a while left on my shift. Thanks, though.
Fuck! Keep your fucking mouth shut the rest of the way. Hey. And don't look back here.
It's good stuff. If you want something with a faster beat, check out any of the Public Combo games, but you can't go wrong with Skin Freak. All right, Amnesia the Bunker. Yeah, okay, I know everyone knows about Amnesia, but they've got a few games out, all on sale, and I have to recommend a single one. It's The Bunker, full stop. This is my favorite Amnesia game. I'm actually working on a larger piece about this one right now, so it's fresh on my mind. This one feels decidedly different than the rest of the games. You actually have some agency in this one. You have an inventory and health and resources that demand careful use and a relentless stalking enemy that is just impossible to fucking shake and ways to answer to it. It's honed in, smaller in scope, quick to speedrun once you get it down. But it's also got lots of decision-making moments. It's not just throwing doors closed behind you and hiding in closets anymore. Here, you can set traps for the thing that's hunting you. Here, you can fire off one of your, 2 bullets to buy a moment of escape. You'll spend the entire game slinking around a bombed out bunker like a rat, grabbing up every piece of cloth or empty bottle or ounce of fuel to take back to your safe room, all while trying to figure a way out of the place and avoid the bunker beast that's always just around the corner. It's the absence of all of this stuff that has made it harder for me to get into the older Amnesia games. I generally want a little more gameplay, a few more mechanics, more decision making and consequences for my choices in my horror games. The bunker has all of that shit in spades. And the beast that stalks you actually feels like a pretty competent enemy, even if much of how you interact with it is off screen. You'll hear it digging around the walls. It'll complain anytime that you make noise while slowly echolocating whatever desk you're huddled under. You can really work against this thing, setting traps, like I said, with grenades or barrels of gas, or causing a distraction in one wing of the bunker to make a quick escape to another, leaving the monster there looking for you and creating some much needed space. It just feels more toothsome than the rest of the games. It's got the weakest story for sure, but it makes up for that with a tightly designed scenario, more reactive and fun gameplay with many different ways to survive the bunker. It's got tunable difficulty in mods as well. Check it out. Oh man, welcome to the game 2. For some reason, this game really gets to me. I've played a lot of horror games and there is a sense of vulnerability and danger in Welcome to the Game that I rarely feel in other titles. It's a deep web sleuthing thing where you have to find codes to a secret Red Room website to rescue a woman from being murdered on a live stream. Basically any day for someone who watches live leak videos. You interact with various disgusting and hilarious dark web websites ranging from fetish shit to murder cults, clicking around looking for hidden links. Collecting enough of these codes gets you into the site that you want and you win the game, right? Simple. No, not at all, because fucking around on the dark web draws attention to you from killers and cults who track your IP address and try to break into your apartment to murder you. You're not just at your computer, you're running around your apartment, locking your windows and hiding in your bathroom when a fucking hitman shows up out of nowhere. There are moments where you have to leave your apartment to get a package or restart your power, and man, let me tell you, there is something so unnerving about coming back inside, looking around your house for evidence that someone might have been there. Maybe a light you left on is turned off. Maybe a window that you know you locked is now open. It's really good stuff. But it is not at all an easy game, and I don't think it is for everyone, as a lot of the time is spent just clicking around for hidden objects on your computer. If you want something a little more engaging moment to moment, you might want to skip this, though I think it's that pace that works so well. If you die, you have to essentially restart from the whole beginning, so be warned, you will die a lot. If you want something maybe a little bit lighter, check out this next one, Dead Signal. Yeah, this one's from the same developer of Welcome to the Game, but it's got that spot the difference kind of gameplay. You're paid to monitor a series of cameras around the city, looking for evidence of any crime, break-ins, shady packages, or any kind of suspicious behavior. Clicking back and forth between the cameras looking for changes is always fun to me, squinting hard and saying, God, was that there before? It's exciting and kind of immersive. Like, you have this constant task at hand, and it's easy to let your guard down when you're doing it. Also, crucially, the things that change from camera to camera are also pretty fair. Like, you're not pixel hunting for an extra apple on a counter or something. It's stuff that looks suspicious, like a gun on the counter that wasn't there, or a bloody bag on the ground, or someone actively picking a lock in a garage. It all feels pretty fair. You have to report what you're observing to the correct category, and things get weirder and weirder as the night goes on. Of course, similarly to Welcome to the Game, criminals and shady individuals of all types do not like it when you spot them on the cameras and will sprint directly to your apartment to murder you. You have the same gameplay of going around your house and safeguarding yourself from these intruders by hiding or purchasing equipment that's delivered via drone to your roof. It's kind of just a different flavor of Welcome to the Game, but it's a little less cumbersome and more engaging from moment to moment. You can't go wrong with either of these games. I do not see them talked about enough. Okay, last up, a weird one that I promise that you haven't heard about, Like Clay. Sale or not, this thing is 99 cents, go get it. It's a weird one. It's a walking sim set in a religious compound. You arrive looking for a friend of yours, a recent convert to this cult thing that worships a deity called Shore. You arrive and find everyone in this place is gone. Rooms empty, common spaces still illuminated by fluorescent lights, elevators still up and running. Where is your friend? What is this cult thing about? What awaits you on the lower levels? That's what you'll be discovering in Like Clay. It's spooky, and the atmosphere is kind of off the charts. There are so many moments of stillness as you're sneaking around, and you might hear a door open or hear someone tapping on a piano key, some kind of ambient sound that makes you think that you might not be totally alone. The audio design is surprisingly excellent. Even if the voice acting is just so.
And Daniel, all the doors to our underground facilities are now hidden. Non-members can't see and open any of the doors. Level 1 member...
Yeah, you'll learn a lot about this religion, and the creator of the game really spent a lot of time fleshing out this cult thing. You'll listen to full-ass sermons of this guy droning on and on about Shore.
He has to confess his sins and repent. We cannot allow him to return back home to you until he has confessed his sins and returned to the path to Shore.
It will get tedious, but damn, I respect that he went for it. The exploration and the world building and fantastic slow building tension make this one worth checking out. You go deeper and deeper into this place, ending up way underground where you can see some of the weirder chambers and ceremony spaces, all while reading notes and listening to more than a few preachings about our buddy Shore.
Sir, this is a private church and you do not belong here. Please turn around and walk away.
It is a humble game, but it's worth the experience if you want something that won't shock you, but rather just get under your skin. God, there's so many other games, but that's it for this one, folks. A few games to check out this holiday sale. A couple well-known ones, a few deep indie cuts, all with something different to offer, each with a different kind of horror to experience. And perhaps most importantly, all here are pretty affordable. Like Clay is literally $1. Go get it, come on. And what am I missing here? Anything that you would have liked to see? Did I surprise you with any of these? Let me know. Thanks for watching.